Welcome to Somerset Weekly Wrap-Up for the week of January 20th to January 26th. The Selectmen have scheduled a special town meeting for February 14th to vote on a proposal to build a new Diamond Regional Vocational Technical High School building, but that town meeting will only happen if the Diamond School Committee votes not to accept an offer from the Massachusetts School Building Authority to extend the time it needs to get all of the approvals it needs for the project by 90 days. If the Diamond School Committee accepts the extension from the MSBA, Somerset would vote on the Diamond project in the spring. The Diamond School Committee will be meeting next week. Somerset's share of the proposed $293 million high school would be $25 million. Taxpayers in Somerset would pay an estimated $26 per $100,000 of valuation for the new school each year during the borrowing period. Swansea and Westport, two of the four members of the Diamond School District, have already approved of the project. Diamond Superintendent Elvio Ferreira said a new building is needed because the school does not have enough space for the number of students and programs it has. A study done by a consultant has found that Somerset and Berkley would save or bring in additional revenue equaling $1.8 million if the elementary schools and middle schools in Somerset and Berkley became part of the Somerset-Berkley Regional School District. Some of the savings would come from consolidation of administration and special education programs. The schools would get hundreds of thousands of dollars in transportation reimbursement from the state if they regionalized. However, officials in Berkley have said their constituents do not want to regionalize the elementaries and middle school in that town. If the school district were regionalized, students would still go to the same school buildings they go to now in Somerset and Berkley. Another scenario would add just the Somerset elementary schools and middle school to the regional school district. That would result in $400,000 in savings or additional revenue, according to the study that was done. The Somerset-Berkley Regional School Committee is planning to have a follow-up meeting to discuss the analysis that was done by the consultant. Okay. Somerset-Berkley Regional School Committee member Richard Pierce said at a meeting of his committee last Tuesday that he was disappointed to hear that there are still problems with students vaping in the bathrooms at Somerset-Berkley Regional High School. Pierce said the issue was brought up to the attention of the Somerset-Berkley Regional School Committee a few years ago. Superintendent Jeffrey Schoonover said that devices for detecting vaping in bathrooms haven't proven to be effective. Somerset Regional School Committee member Julie Ramos Gagliardi said members of the Student Advisory Committee at the high school said bathroom monitors wouldn't be worth the cost. She said they suggested maybe investing in one or two monitors or having current faculty walking around the hallways near the bathrooms as a deterrent. She said if students know faculty are monitoring the bathrooms, maybe they won't vape in them. Regional School Committee member Victor Machado said maybe the school resource officer can monitor the bathrooms. He said the issue needs to be addressed sooner rather than later. Pierce said he does not know what the solution is to prevent the vaping in the high school bathrooms, but said he would be interested in finding out what other schools do about the problem. He said even if a device detects vaping in a bathroom, the school may not be able to identify who it was who was vaping. Curriculum Director Elizabeth Haskell said her daughter is a sophomore at another high school. She said students know what bathrooms to go to in order to vape without being caught. Haskell said random monitoring of bathrooms can be effective in preventing vaping, but not 100% effective. Selectman Alan Smith has proposed a bylaw that would only allow meetings of elected and appointed boards to be held no earlier than 6 p.m. There are some boards and committees in town that have met in the afternoon or morning. Selectman Kathy Souza said there could be some exceptions to the rule. Interim Town Administrator Michael Gallagher said North Attleboro has a similar bylaw. He said boards that want to have meetings earlier than 6 p.m. could file an appeal with the town council. After a bylaw is drafted, it would have to be approved at a town meeting. In sports, the Somerset Middle School girls basketball team beat Bridgewater 45-30 on Wednesday. For Somerset, Marielle Nassif had 14 points, Hannah Carpenter had 9 points, Kelly Finlaw had 6 points, Grace Kayada had 5 points, Julia Costa had 4 points, Mackenzie Perez had 3 points, and Callie Burns and Sarah Costa each had 2 points. The team now has a 9-3 record. The Somerset Berkley Regional High School boys basketball team beat Dighton Rehoboth 49-47 on Tuesday. SBRHS had lost the first game that the two teams had played earlier in the season by 25 points. In Tuesday's game, the double-double machine of Ethan Diaz had 23 points and 14 rebounds. Brendan Blazer had 9 points and 3 steals off the bench, and Mason Medeiros had 7 points while he sealed the game with a steal with 1.4 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Thank you for tuning in to Somerset Weekly Wrap-Up. We will see you next week with news from around Somerset.